Okay, so in 12.3, we're talking about the surface area of rectangular prisms. And in the formula, we have to multiply each term by 2. And why is that? Why do I multiply each term by 2? Because if there's a front, there's also a back. If there's a top, there's a bottom. If there's a right, there's a left. Okay, so length, width, and height. Okay, so that's why we multiply each by 2, because it has an equivalent side that we actually can't see. All right, so then on Friday, we worked through several of these examples. So we're given dimensions, length, width, and height. We always start with our formula. All right, so on your homework tonight, your formula is your original problem. Everybody clear on that? Your formula is your original problem. You make your substitutions, and then at this point, you can actually just use your calculator and punch in the numbers. But we talked about the fact that this is a lot of numbers to plug into your calculator and a lot of room to possibly make a mistake. So instead of doing that, maybe simplify each set of numbers. So the 2 times 15 times 2 is 60. I multiply each set, and then I add those numbers together to get my total. Either way is fine. The only step you don't have to show on your homework is the one that's in purple. All right, so this is already in your notes. You guys remember this? Yes. All right, and then we did another example exactly like this. Again, we start with the formula. We make our substitutions. The optional step is to multiply each set of numbers, and then we add them together. All right, so using your calculators actually makes this pretty straightforward. All right, now the only other thing we're going to add to that. Let's say we had. Now we're gonna stick with the same figure, but now let's say this is a plywood box that we want to build. All right, and it's going to store things. It's a storage box. And its dimensions are 5 feet, 4 feet, and 3 feet. Okay, the length, width, and height. So here's my dimensions. But it says that we need to calculate how much the plywood is going to cost if it costs $150 per square foot. Or, I'm sorry, $1.50 per square foot. So in order to do that, I have to first calculate the surface area, which I've already done. Okay, so that's the part that you already know how to do. So go ahead and calculate the total surface area in square footage for this plywood box that we want to build. So when we calculate the square footage, what did you get for the square footage? 94. Okay, so you get 94 square feet, but that's not what it's asking. It says, given that square footage, how much money is it going to cost to buy the plywood if the plywood is $1.50 per square foot? So how would you calculate that? If the plywood is $1.50 per square foot and you know you have 94 feet squared, you multiply. You would multiply 94 times $1.50. Go ahead and do that to find your total. Got it? What is it? Nope, $141. I don't know how you were off by $1.50, but $141 is how much it would cost you. All right, so that's everything you need to know for 12.3.